Guys, and welcome back to Talk Up. This is season 3, episode 2. I'm really excited. They have done a very, very long journey from all the way from Essex. I've got the guys from Blackwall Electrical Supplies, also known as PowerShack, on your socials. I've got Steve and I've got Frank.
Gosh. How long did it take you guys to get here then?
Well, if there wasn't a crash on the M25, it would have been about 4 hours.
Yeah, about that.
It took us about 5, I think. Yeah. It wasn't so much the crash, it was the crash that happened on the other side of the road, and then everybody stopped to look at the crash on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
So,
as you get.
Fair play.
Do you do that?
What? Look on the other side of the road?
No, I hope not.
When you're driving down the road, it's like...
No. You're absolutely helpless.
Be specific.
I forgot I was talking to him, my bad. No. When somebody has a car accident on the other side of the road, are you one of those dickheads that literally goes and slows down to 20 miles an hour, causing me to be late?
No. I have a brief look and go, ooh, and then just carry on. But yeah, I wouldn't slow down, no.
So you're just driving full speed looking at the other side of the road.
It wasn't you we were stuck
No.
behind.
I'm not sure which one's worse. Driving full speed. Everyone else doing 20 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Which leads us on neatly to, so Jay has been doing we call it Jay's Tours. Leisure travels. And with it, you guys just seen him up in Scunthorpe.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, but he's also the one guy who makes me slightly nervous when he's driving, right? Why is that? Well, what happened the other day is, right, so Jay comes to work. So obviously we're just off the motorway here.
Oh, yeah.
Right, comes up to roundabout. There's a car in front of him. Jay politely stops, not going full speed, right? Politely stops. What happened next, Jay?
Oh, I bumped into the back of her, didn't I?
You bumped into her?
No.
Yeah, I did.
So this is a bump.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was a bit more than a bump.
We're not.
It was.
Yeah, she's claimed anyway.
Well, this is it, right? Because I bumped into the back of her, and then I looked up and went, "Oh, sugar!" And then when I looked up, so you can see directly into someone else's car.
Yeah.
She was going like this. I thought, oh, here we go. So anyway, we pulled over to the side, and bless her, she came out. She was lovely. And she goes, no worries, love. I've done this before. I'm an ex-police officer. So I thought,
only Jay will drive into an ex-police officer.
Did you get a number?
No, I didn't actually. Maybe next time.
Probably will be a next time as well.
But yeah, long and short of it was she was lovely, took my details. She took quite a few photos of my car.
Which was smashed.
Which was lovely of her. And yes, we are going through the insurance process.
Yes.
Okay.
So our insurance premium has gone up this year.
Yes, by about £800 as well.
And it's all Jay's fault.
Is that why there's all the traffic on the other side of the road?
So that was my next question, is how many people stopped on the roundabout?
There were a few.
So it was a bit of a running joke in the office then that Jay had managed to drive into the back of an ex-copper. Mark, our rep who does South Wales and a bit of South West, comes up with, well, I can top that. I drove into the back of a priest.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, what did you do there?
Yeah.
For all his sins.
Apparently, he comes up, he's gone straight into the back of someone, he's got out like that, and then this guy comes out in full regalia. And Mark's like, oh, I think I've really screwed up. That's it. So, but yeah, Panny, he was really lovely about it as well. Imagine if you'd have come out all cussing and swearing.
As long as you got his blessing.
That's it. And his insurance details, you don't care. So thanks anyway. Thanks very much for driving all this way to come up and share your story, have a look around. So we love you guys. We've known you guys for a long, long time. Before your rise to social media fame, you were an independent in Essex, supporting the best brand of circuit protection in the market. Pound for pound, the best range of consumer units in the market.
There we are.
That's that every time.
Yep.
Not even Sly anymore.
No, that's it.
Why should it be? Anyway, so walk us through the Blackwater journey. Start to finish. So you've got 20 years.
So,
I need you to do it in 20 minutes.
All right. Yeah. So, it's my dad's firm, and he started as a rep for a security company.
Oh, okay.
And then he invented his own floodlight bracket.
Yeah.
And then like an extension speaker for security stuff, and then was going into wholesalers and through the years had made quite a few friends in the wholesaling world. And there was an independent called BEM, Barnet Electrical Mart, who we've been family friends sort of all our lives and stuff. And it was them who sort of helped my dad get started into the world of wholesaling. So,
Oh, okay.
so he has them to blame, really.
Yeah.
It's all your fault.
Yeah. So, but he's been doing it for sort of over 20 years. And as a kid and stuff, I would go and help out, and I got grounded one 6-week holiday, so I spent the whole 6 weeks in the shop.
Man, I need to call your dad. I can't manage mine coming to talk. And
To be fair though, he showed us a clip. He's got some old video clips, like, and not
filmed
being funny,
everything.
he filmed everything when he was young.
Seriously?
Like, yeah, and it's like a clip of him and his dad's in the shop, sort of thing, and his dad's just like, "Put the bloody phone away, boy! What are you
phone,
doing?"
it's a camera.
And it was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
great footage.
Yeah. So before the days of phones and stuff, I used to sort of walk around with like a digital camera,
Right.
And so I've always been filming and stuff like that. And anyway, I've just got some footage of being in the shop, and it's like how it used to be, like a proper old
nice.
school wholesalers and. Got some silver line tools and all that sort of stuff. And you just got my dad going, "Stop taking photos," and that, but he don't realise it's like, and like I showed him, it was like, "Oh, I look quite good there, don't I?"
That's nice. That is.
Yeah. So have you always been into filming?
Yeah. So I'll be honest, that's been like a lifelong hobby. Used to do like a fair bit on YouTube back in the day.
Okay.
And I did have a channel. Sort of blew up, but unfortunately, at that time, this was about 15 years ago, so no one was actually making any money, or it wasn't considered a proper thing.
Yeah.
And it was a farming video, so I used to before getting into wholesalers, I was always working on a farm.
Right.
Yeah, and that was just like driving tractors and machinery and that, and then. Made a video of like a harvest where we're like crashing tractors and it was wild, and it sort of like took off on YouTube. But yeah, I was sort of like and it was good because I'd go into young farmers and like different like agricultural colleges and it'd be, "Oh, I've seen your video and stuff." It'd be, "Whoa," good times. But then at the time it was like, "Oh, it's got a couple of million views. Oh, that's good." Should have sort of thought subscribers, but at the time it was like, nah. But then I would then go and work a harvest, get me money at the end, piss off travelling. Did that for quite a few years until eventually it was like, I might need to grow up now. Sort of, first proper job would have probably actually been at the wholesalers.
Right.
And by that time you'd sort of already...
I joined there, yeah. So yeah, I sort of started from supplying background, actually, to be fair. So lighting supplier, and I'd been at a couple of companies, and yeah, unfortunately, some stuff went down, and
Know all about that, mate. Don't worry.
stuff went down. We don't need to go into all that, but yeah, got made redundant. I just had a kid, sort of thing, as well. So I was just like, "Oh man, I need to get a job," So I was a rep for the company. I repped Essex and East Anglia. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to go in all the wholesalers that I go into and see, and give him my CV and see what happens, And yeah, his dad, bless his heart, gave us a job, He sort of like straight away got a phone call the next day and was like, "Oh, when can you start?" So yeah, journey started from there with Blackwall Electrical.
How long ago was that? Sorry.
That was about 10 years ago now.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been there about 10. Frank, you've been there about 9, haven't you? So about a year after I joined, sort of thing. And it was nice to see. Like I say, I'd never really met Frank. I knew he had a son, but I'd sort of heard he was always sort of like doing things, bits and bobs, and I was
Crashing
just like,
tractors and travelling.
Yeah, I know people.
Wait.
I thought. But like any family business, I'll be honest, for me it was like I worked 10 minutes up the road. When I was repping and I was working for a supplier, it's a bloody tough job. Especially when you're trying to get a brand out there that's not known in the industry, especially lighting, because you could count them on your fingers, couldn't you? How many lighting companies there
there's
are?
a couple of people selling boards these days as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of people selling boards. But anyway,
Lighting's ridiculous. We had a statistic once, didn't we?
It was something ridiculous. It was
taking over. They got the downlights in there, offering stupid lifetime warranties with them, And at the time, our lighting company, we weren't into LED. We probably should have got into it a little bit earlier, but they were more of a fluorescent sort of old-fashioned.
Was it Osram?
Sorry?
Was it Osram?
No.
Mega Man?
No. No, New Era Lighting. We were.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, this could go on a while.
Yeah.
Interject soon. My next one was Fitzgerald.
Yeah. So it was all. We never got into the LED market anyway. But forget all that. It was bloody tough. Like you say, you're walking into national wholesalers and independents alike. And it weren't until I worked for an independent I kind of thought to myself, why was I wasting my time with a lot of these national companies? Because A, I wasn't getting in to see them. B, it'd always be like, oh, you got to go in, you got to see the buyer. Well, no, I like to go in. I like to say hello to the warehouse staff, like I just did at your place here.
Yeah,
you know, make them feel included, because it's all about these guys are going to be coming up through the works. Yeah,
not only that, the buyer don't sell nothing.
Exactly that. Exactly that. I only worked that out. I found out the hard way. But yeah, so then I'd work my way around the office. I'd go and talk to everybody, and try and get in that way. And if it didn't work, then like you say, you're good old independents, you know. So yeah, when I finally started working at an independent, I kind of thought to myself, well, this is where I need to be now, you know. I just felt like part of the furniture, and I've been there ever since, you know. It's a bit of the family, really, you know.
Yeah.
So long way to continue.
And it is a pleasure, actually. Every day we get to go to work, we do have a laugh, don't we?
Yeah.
So
it's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
100%.
Like, I mean, I could be out getting pressured for targets, figures, getting your turnover in every day. You got to do this, got to do that. It's nice just to be able to turn up for work, have a laugh, especially now with making content.
Yeah.
And also, you know, the other, it's like I'm pretty much working with like one of my best mates. Yeah. And
what's that
that's
like?
pretty chill. It's pretty sweet. Like,
we used to be friends.
Sounds
it's sort of, you've got to have your sort of, I suppose, your friend hat on and your
workman hat.
That's one thing you and I have always been really good at separating. Like, you know, I think we talked about it before. Is when we're at work, it's work. You know, he knows me better than pretty much anyone, right? So he knows when now's not a good time to mention that, like, but vice versa. Or you can see when you guys are under a bit of pressure and you can help with that.
Yeah.
But likewise, there are times when we disagree, and that's healthy. And sometimes we disagree quite strongly, and that's fine. And then as soon as that disagreement's done, it's done, because that's a work disagreement.
Yeah.
Right? And then, you know, there's one time when we worked together at the last place, and it's had, you know, hadn't been working there that long, I think it was.
No, I know the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, and we had a bit of a ding dong, right? Not gonna lie,
Happens, doesn't it? Happens.
Yeah, it does. And then afterwards, I was like, I'm not comfortable with how that went. So I give him a call, and he's like, look, mate, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm like, cool, boom, done. And we addressed it there and then. It's a non-issue, because we can talk about it like that as friends then afterwards, and it doesn't roll back in.
Also,
Do you know what
I think blokes generally sort stuff out pretty quick, don't they? Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
If we
yeah,
have a disagreement, like it's over in like 10 minutes, isn't it?
nothing
We'll have
a
shake
pint
hands
won't
and there you
fix.
go. Where
The thing is as well, like I say, when you're working with your best friend, like he would run through walls for me and vice versa. So you know, like this is not coming from a personal perspective. This is just where I stand on this.
Yeah.
So okay, cool.
So
and that's it.
You have to say, well, look, if you're going to have a row or talk about something, please take this professionally, not personally. Tends to be a good mindset to have, really, if you're working with friends, family.
It's true. I mean, there's times like, if something's happened, right, and I know, this is going to really fuck him off. Like, you know, so I'll be like, look, let me just sit down and have a coffee. So look, don't get mad. So straight away he knows, this is about you.
Yeah.
Let me sit down and go, and when he hears it, it'll be that, all right, cool.
Fine.
That's it. It's just that awkward
prime.
and that's how and that's Jay processing it, and then we got, and it's moved on. And like you say, you move on quite quickly.
Yeah.
Cool. We're on to something else.
Yeah, that's it.
But as usually,
It's very hard not to take things personally, don't it, in this industry? When you're so
100%.
passionate about something, like you are with Navitas, like we are with the shop and everything else, just like any digs on it, you're just like
because it's
attacking
part of
it,
your
like-
identity. You know?
Exactly
it's like
that.
someone's attacking you, isn't it? So
Yeah, 100%.
we get it all the time. And you know, they mention this brand, that brand, and you're like, well, I know their shit.
Yeah.
I don't mind telling you.
Yeah.
I know I'm not professionally supposed to.
Yeah.
And now I'm not the sales director. He is. I can say it on my podcast. He's the one that's got to go down and deal with the politics.
That's why you don't say, mate. You've got to cover
I was
yourself.
doing what Will said on that latest video. No.
Here we go again.
But that's the other thing, though, in it. Our industry is layered with politics.
Yeah, it's very incestuous. Everybody moves around. And that was the other thing I noticed, like being a rep as well. Like you'd be talking to one person at one point, and then the next minute they're at another company, and they're like, bloody hell, where have you've been to like 3 or 4 different wholesalers now? Like,
But
Yeah.
I find
it's
it
hard
funnier.
to get a relationship with somebody because
Exactly.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
moving all the time.
But then
you
I
know?
get it in wholesaling, because wholesaling, especially like you tend to find them if they're a national, they stick with nationals, and if they've
Yeah.
worked in independents, they stick with it because they do work completely differently,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And people move around, whether it be money or circumstance or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What cracks me up is when you see manufacturers reps do it.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
going to
mate.
say that
Oh,
at the
Christ, yeah.
trade show the other day as well, which we'll bring up shortly.
Yeah.
There was a few reps that
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm sure at the last trade show you were working for that manufacturer that is on the stand right next to you.
But here's the best bit, is when a lot of these reps don't have a great level of sales acumen. Again, this is going back to me saying whatever I want. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of them are crap. Right, in our industry. When you compare them to other industries, the average sales acumen of a rep in our industry, I think, is lower than most, especially for what they get paid. Right?
Yeah.
And most of them will sell their product based on your product's crap. Not like they'll go, oh, have you heard this? And it's spreading
Yeah.
gossip, rumor, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and then they'll throw a price at you.
Yeah.
And then they'll go and work for that company. Hang on, last time you were in it, this was the worst thing ever made. Now
Yeah.
all of a sudden, it's
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah, we get that with reps. So I mean, like I say, as a whole, we've got quite a few good reps that come in to see us. Hands down, they are.
Send me their details.
They are good. They are good. They're good at what they do. But there's few that come in and you are literally like, right. So what does that do then? And they're just like, I better ring. Yeah, hold on. And they don't know.
Yeah.
But it's only
Thanks.
$5.99.
But the whole idea is, like I say, when I was working for that lighting company, it was like you were educated on what you were selling. So I could go in there and I could say, right, this is a European branded ballast. This is how it's wired. This is where the emergency goes. And you could answer all these questions that these wholesalers would be asking you. And you looked good as well because you going professionally. That's another thing. You know, a lot of reps these days don't look that professional.
No, they look like just rolled out of bed.
The back in the day, it was a shirt, tie, suit,
Yeah.
bang, straight in there, and you'd look smart. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it goes a long way. And I was always told, like, if I was ever repping East Anglia or up that Kings Lynn way and up around that area, never to wear like a pinstripe suit.
Why is that?
Why is that a thing?
Don't know. But it worked. If I had like a plain suit on, just plain Jane, not turning up all flash with a pinstripe suit, I suppose that's what it was. I don't know, but it was weird. It was like a weird.
But that is a really rural area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
you get it, don't you? You say it all the time, obviously on Jay's tours, because like before I did the IBA show, he was doing a trade morning in Penzance. Right? For those who aren't great at geography, just keep looking down. Right? And then had to be up in Scunthorpe the following day for your IBA show.
Yeah,
It's a long
mate,
old-
it was a
He was
journey.
fuming.
It was a journey.
Trek, man.
It was a journey. And the Penzance one was a breakfast morning as well.
Yeah, so we had to be there the night before.
Yeah, half seven.
man.
So I had to be there at 7:30 in the morning.
How are you finding breakfast mornings at the moment? Good.
It's a good question. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag. What I tend to find, if I'm being honest, if you've got that...
Lie.
Huh?
No, don't be honest.
Oh, right, yeah. Sales director hat. Love it. No, but being truthful, and I'm not going to pinpoint any wholesalers, but what I've found is if you have a really good relationship with the branch,
Yeah.
with the wholesaler, with the manager, the staff, they will actively push it for you. So when people come in on that breakfast morning, they're like, go to him, this, that, and the other, and they're working with you.
Yeah.
There's certain times where I've done breakfast mornings, and don't get me wrong, I get on well with the staff, but there isn't that rapport. Like it's just, it's still fairly formal.
Yeah.
And what I notice is, you're doing these breakfast mornings sometimes alongside with other manufacturers as well.
Yeah.
They're not really, they're not giving any form of incentive to actually speak to me. They're just going, yeah, Navitas here, mate. That's his boards. Yeah, have a look and tell me what you think. And you just think, well...
But again, I think this goes back to like what you've been discussing previous on some of your podcasts with the staff front of house, Like, it's so important.
Massively so.
It's more important than anything, I think. Like having somebody front of counter who's generally just a nice guy and will have a chat with people and listen to what they've got to say.
100%.
And point them in the right direction or give them advice on certain things, because obviously, again, we can't give out too much advice.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So
Do
you've got to be
you
a
know what's
bit
crazy?
careful,
Even
but-
we can't.
Yeah. It's,
So
you've got to be so careful.
You called me the other day. There was
Called
a
you on
contract
Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's a contractor on site looking at an EICR and basically wanted to fail it, but wanted to check with us on what we would advise. And the first thing I said to you is, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't take that response because you're not the one issuing an EICR. Like, that he's the qualified electrician. That is his decision to make.
Yeah.
So I said to Joe, let me call him, and what I will do is I'll speak to him from a technical perspective of how the product works and doesn't work and where the risk is, and he has to make his own decision.
And then you've covered yourself because...
Well, it all comes down to liability, right? No one wants it. The problem in saying, because it was one of our boards on there basically, right? And nobody would have lied. They'd been wired like a bag of shit. Like, I'd have failed it. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
But you can't. All I can say is, look, yes, by him running that conductor from there to there, doing it like to create a loose connection, that's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not how it is intended to be installed, and etc. But that's what we can do. Essentially, you go by what BS 7671 says and what the characteristics of your product are, and then he has to make, or she has to make that decision. So even when we make it, we still can't give advice. That's mental.
It's crazy.
And yet the regs will say that manufacturers' guidelines should be basically considered and almost supersedes what BS 7671 says. But the manufacturer can't actually give you any advice.
Then in terms of
and it's just like, for that extra 150 quid, what the client is buying, which they don't realise, is a load of risk. It's a load of risk.
But also, like with these electricians, like you say, now they've got to be a little bit careful with their pricing, because obviously everything's so open on the internet. So you can go in and say, 650 quid to do this job, but then they might say, well, who are you using for your stuff? And they could turn around and say, well, I'm using Screwfix. Well, I don't want you using Screwfix. I want you using a wholesaler. I want you using this local shop down the road, please.
You
could get that,
social media is a good leveler for that. I think because funny enough, because I've just been editing the Doncaster one, and we talked about it quite a bit on there. Is he's really worried about cheap import stuff? Because the amount of cable being imported at the minute is predominantly. There used to be 27 manufacturers of cable in the UK employing 40,000 people.
Wow.
There's now 6 employing 2,000.
Wow.
Right, but no one's talking about the demise of the cable industry.
Well, when is there going to be a cable recall?
Well, they should be. So
other question.
They've actually asked us to edit a few things out, right? But the amount of cable that they've tested that's imported, predominantly by wholesalers, ironically, that it hasn't got the right grade of copper.
Wow.
So the resistance on that cable is going to be a lot higher. And then there's all sorts of stuff about the PVC and all the other stuff in there. That he told us about how LSF. I always thought it meant low smoke.
Low smoke.
Until importers got hold of it. It used to be a trademark name, and now it means lower smoke.
Really?
If you look, so you got to check the manufacturer, because a normal cable apparently something to do with hydrochloride or whatever it is. The black smoke that kills you, right? 20. It gives a normal cable gives 28% of it that burns out. Is this whatever it is, right? 28%. A proper LSF cable, I can't remember what their code is for it, is 0.5%. So essentially it's safe. Lower smoke is 22%. So it ain't even that much lower. But people are fitting now like it says LSF. And it's that sort of stuff. That's not going to trickle down to a wholesaler. So it's never going to get as far as the electrician, let alone the client. But social media, I think, is helping people like Doncaster, people like us, put the message out of, look, there's some questions that you should probably ask.
And plus also, I think people now are looking to support UK-made products.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You reckon what more now than ever?
Yeah, massively. And I think we've only got to look over what's happening in America, dare I say it, with what he's trying to do over there and keep everything in-house and tariff everything coming over. I don't know. Personally, as a shop, I think we're certainly looking at probably dealing with more UK manufacturers than anything, I suppose. Just so you've got that heritage, haven't you? You've got that. We sell cable. It's made in the UK.
The problem is, and I keep harping on about it. Like I say, I edit all the podcasts. I feel like I say this every episode. It's such a price-driven industry, and you guys must have felt that. I mean, you had a National open up around the corner. And we were talking about it before, and they have a bigger buying power than you guys, right? And if they want to carve someone up, they will, and that's what it comes down to. It's price. Ruthless. They can access whatever they want from wherever they want, and they can carve it up. CEF made 2.4% net profit last year, which still equals more than 27 million. Their 2.4% is not my 2.4%. Definitely. If we made 2.4%, we're so screwed.
However, with CEF, their online pricing is always very high. So it's not too bad for us to compete against an online price against CEF because their prices are so high. It's only obviously once you get the account.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you see what I mean?
it all swings around.
There is that there. It's in place.
So
do you see what I mean?
here's a question then, right? Manufacturers were, they're actually still very slow to use social media. Really, really slow. We've built 2 brands essentially on using social media. This one's absolutely flying. Same product, but whatever. What wholesalers who are in, again, wholesalers, love you all, please keep buying our boards. I feel like they look at marketing, especially social media, as something of an unnecessary expense of both time and money. Unless you're talking the bigger boys. And even Edmondson's, like when you see them advertise, or Rexel, really, CEF are the only ones really going at it. And apart from that, what independents do you really see doing? I mean, what you guys do on your social media is unique for anyone in the industry, really. It's storytelling, the whole. And if you haven't watched it, then they've done some absolute epic ones. Fair play. But there's humour in there, but there's an undertone of this is our life.
Yeah.
And you are like little rock stars with other wholesalers, especially independents, because like that's me. So I had there's a independent up in the northeast. I won't put him on blast, bless him, because he's a proper fanboy, by the way. And he's like, look, I'm trying to switch everyone from the pink stuff, as we call it, to Navitas, and this is the feedback I've had. Can you help me with this? Yep, no problem. Blah blah blah. By the way, don't know if you've seen the guys at PowerShack's TikTok, but that is literally my life. But I will persevere. We will beat the pink stuff. Absolutely. So even you would, he's not in your buying group. You would have never met him before. He's like proper far,
Right?
And he's like, I don't know if you've seen this. Like, yeah, actually, no, obviously we know the guys. Yada yada.
Yeah.
But
it's so good to hear though, because that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason we're doing it is A, make it fun. B, we're going to have fun while we're doing it, and get a product in the video, you know, and showcase a product rather than be like, this is a board, this is what it does, yada yada yada. It's let's just show the board in a different light. Let's have fun with it. Let's just
So where did that come from?
Yeah, I was just say that.
So, well, it's one of them where it's been, we've had loads of ideas for a long time. It's just actually getting around to doing it. And we dabbled a little bit, last year or towards the back end of last year, just doing a little bit of social, more or less just trying the waters, Then it sort of got to like New Year's, and it was like, do you know what? Next year, let's just go at it.
Yeah.
And so
We
we've
were
just
kind
sort
of
of
a
turned the
little
heat
bit
up. Yeah.
bit shy, weren't we, to begin with?
Because I remember you guys
Didn't
telling me at the September show at the IBA, because you had to phone out, I'm going to be doing. Didn't you do like a day in a life thing for that show as well? You filmed yourself getting up.
Yeah. So, prior to that, we once again, it's everything's been filmed but not posted as such.
Yeah.
But we were doing like literally vlogs after vlogs after vlogs for months and months and months, just trying to, more just for our own sort of a forward journey, but as well to sort of perfect the craft a bit. So, anybody who's in the IBA or as soon as I'm always just walking around filming. Once again, it's an old hobby, but now it's just a time to say, well, let's just stop keeping it for myself now and let's start sharing it out there.
Yeah.
That's a big step, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's because
we've had
everyone's insecurity level goes from like 1,
and
2
do you know
to 12.
what have we found the most biggest problem is videoing is people.
What do you mean?
Well, you're trying to do a shot.
Yeah.
And
leaving the hotel when we were, we had some lady pull up in, pull up in a car space, a disabled space. But she pulled up and we were like, she was like, oh, hello, you're right. All right, yeah, no problem, blah blah. And we just said, we're just doing this. Oh, what's that then? And we're like, oh, we're just filming something. But what's? And we were just eventually like. We'll talk to you in a minute. Like,
just
clear off.
Back in. But people are like, what are you doing here then? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's almost like I think in the future it will be the norm where people, like you see, people just filming everything nowadays. That is where this industry is kind of going. That's what we think anyway. That's what.
I agree with you on that one. Because there's quite a few independent wholesalers that I've spoken to recently, that their main thing now is the social media side of it in terms of raising awareness on their domestic counter. But it's weird, though, because there seems to be a recoil in terms of the online. Sorry, is that door?
It is a door. I don't know who's that daft. Knock the door.
I have no clue. Right, sorry. Anyway, as we were saying, in terms of the online, so, selling online, there's quite a few independent wholesalers now that are saying, you know what, now we're not going to be selling online. However, we're still going to raise our social media presence as well, because we feel like that is gaining the most traction with the contractors. So my question was, the social media, is that what you were thinking, right, in terms of engaging these new age contractors, this is the best method? Was that one of the reasons as well?
I'd say it was, yeah. I mean, like you say, we've got a few contractors who are all over Instagram. They post everything that they do,
Yeah.
And if we can get some of these electricians to work with us, then that's the end goal, isn't it? If we can get a product in front of an electrician and get him to literally scrutinise it or pick out anything wrong with it, that's great for you guys.
Yeah.
It's great for any
100%.
supplier.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's what they want to see.
That's a great question. Has it increased your relationships with certain suppliers? Because I noticed the burglar one you did.
That was a proper.
That was when we were testing.
When we were just messing around. Yeah,
I was.
Yeah,
dying.
that was just in the back of our shop. Like. You haven't been to our shop, have you?
No, I haven't been down. Yeah, so
it's
just the way you're reaching to grab like.
It's,
No, can't. Oh, that won't be any good. I'll let him with this. It's just like, I was like, wow, there's some shade and being. I was like that, but like, have you had manufacturers approach you like, can you do a video with us on our stuff?
Well, we've just sort of like been doing our own thing from our shop, and then of course getting more views, more comments and whatever, and then the old rep will come and go, oh yeah, I've been watching your videos and they make me laugh. So we're like, oh, we're obviously doing the right thing. When we went to the trade show there, we had a lot of suppliers come up to us going, oh, I love what you're doing, and so we're obviously doing something different.
Because here's an interesting one, right? And I only thought about this as you were talking then. Manufacturers like us, right? And okay, we really don't do it that much, but there's some manufacturers that are throwing a lot of product, and I mean a lot of product at electricians, so that other electricians see them fit in it, so they then hopefully get the sale and reverse engineer, right? Because as an industry, we all know most brands don't have a D2C model; it all goes through wholesalers, right? The biggest challenge with that is, genuinely, as a manufacturer, you have absolutely no idea if it's working. Because you could give a product to Ryan Davies, who's a friend of ours anyway, but he's based down in Enfield, massive national kind of presence. Like, he's got, loads and loads of subscribers and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, you could have a wholesaler start selling more in East Anglia. How the fuck do you know it's got anything to do with Ryan? Like, but the funny thing is where the bottleneck for that type of marketing goes is trying to then get the wholesaler to buy into it. The reason I was asking is because I would wonder if manufacturers approach you guys, because you are wholesalers, and like I say, you're already getting a lot of wholesalers, even outside of your community within the IBA, watching your stuff, nationals and independents alike. I definitely think within the independent market, like, surely if I'm a manufacturer and I'm looking at it like, I'm trying to get into the market with a new type of screw. Well, I'm going to sell that to wholesalers. Surely, like, it would make more sense because their customer base is actually watching your stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm surprised they haven't approached you, because I mean, how many subs and views and stuff you got now?
Yeah, we have been approached. Like I say, there's quite a few people, mainly sort of at the bar, really, because that's the good thing about these events.
Is you're always at the bar?
You've been to IBA. The IBA shows are just you're at the bar.
But no, we had quite a good few chats with some people. So we definitely got some people to work with, hopefully.
So you're going to do collaborations with other independent wholesalers?
We're hoping to,
And
that's the beauty of of being part of a buying group.
You can charge them for it. Got it.
Yeah.
Charge them for their marketing.
Well, with the with the IBA, because they're all, we're probably one of the smallest sort of wholesalers within the IBA, I would say. And yet we've never, since we joined, we've never sort of felt any cliques or clubs. It's just been straight away, you're one of us, welcome to the club. And we've sort of thought, well, a lot of these wholesalers now who have been watching our videos and laughing and having a joke, we've said to them, well, how about we come to your wholesalers or you come to ours and we'll do something.
Nice.
And they're all like, yeah, absolutely. So if we can give back, say, to our friends at the IBA that way, that would be pretty cool. You know, because I reckon we could get some quality videos if we start getting other wholesalers.
There's some big characters in that group.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
You had the manager on the night, didn't you?
Sorry?
You had the manager on the night on the trade show,
Wait, who's that?
Mr. Huggins.
Oh, well,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lovely chap.
Good old
I
Dave,
like
really
that.
nice
He
bloke.
is funny.
He's never bought a tap washer off me, but I think he's a proper salt of the earth bloke and he's proper northern.
Yeah.
Proper Newcastle, him, isn't he?
Yeah.
So,
But again, these guys were about in the wholesaling days when it was a gold mine.
yeah. When they're charging trade minus less 5, we're happy to pay it. Pro
Back in
forma.
the day.
In cash.
Yeah.
But it's a great thing. Say someone like Dave, you know, when I have met him, I've been able to pick his brains about the old days of wholesaling, and you get exactly what it used to be, and it's fascinating to me.
Fascinating.
You know?
You got to take a lot from the older generation, definitely.
100%,
I mean,
yeah.
they've got so much experience in what we're doing, so it's like
Mate,
whatever you can give me.
I coin a lot
give
of
me.
success we've had off of one particular geezer, right, that I worked alongside, a guy called Pete Williams. Been in the game like 40 odd years, set up his own independent twice, done really, really well. He's an anorak, right? One of those guys who wants to know everything. He's not just going to buy that, he wants to know why that's different and each and individual bit. And I learnt more off of him working alongside him for 6 years than I did a business degree in anything else. And because you can learn their mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what I want to like.
Yeah.
And they're happy to share them most of the time. And Pete told me, look, I'm come up against a situation. All right, well, I've had a similar situation. I handled it like this, and this, which led to this. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? Do it this way. And you're like, cool. So you can learn from 40 years worth of mistakes. So you don't make them. That kicks you so far ahead of the curb.
Yeah.
But I think culturally we're blokes as well. Oh, I don't want to come across like I don't know something.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that, but how often do like speaking from me and Stephen, do you actually get to speak to another wholesaler? You know,
true, because you're usually in competition.
Because we're usually in competition.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've only been in a buying group now for two years.
2 years,
So March 23 is when we joined. And the reason why we decided to join a buying group is we'd literally tried everything else, and it was getting to the point where we were just sort of like starting to hate the job, you know, because it was just we're getting... You know, the internet's getting bigger, there's this, there's that, and it just seems like every day you're turning up to work and getting beaten up.
Yeah, I suppose that was sort of 2000. You're talking just after the cusp of COVID, so you had the big influx of COVID. because we were closed for-
massive.
And then it's like a COVID hangover 2023 and last year as well, sort of, especially middle of 23. And last year felt horrible.
Yeah, last
Last
year.
year.
You had a good analogy of it though, of like
Yeah, so
IBA.
so when you know we were deciding whether we should do it, whether we shouldn't do it, and for us the only reason we didn't do it was the time commitment, you know. So because there's only 3 of us at the shop.
Yeah.
I mean, today me and Steve are here, but with Dad, you know, you can imagine there's probably 3 people at the counter and he's on the phones and
You might have lost a few today.
but
Bless his heart, mate. God.
don't worry, we'll be there tomorrow and he can have we can have an easy day. Yeah, we're sorry, but no, when we. So we were sitting there going, oh, but can we afford to go to meetings and the golf day and all this and stuff? Oh, no. And eventually just got to the point where, look, we've tried everything else, nothing's worked, let's just give it a go.
Yeah.
And so we just, you know, we spoke to Paul, he come down, you know, yep, you're absolutely fine, blah, 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 blah. And we actually hadn't looked or done any research whatsoever. We just got told we're going to the same place we were at the other week, in Scunthorpe, to their trade show. And yeah, we just sort of, as we turned up, all of a sudden we're greeted by all the other wholesalers, all the suppliers, and all of a sudden it just opened our eyes up to, crikey, there's more to this world than just us stuck in 4 walls inside a shop. And it was almost like beforehand we were sort of like stuck in a dinghy out in the middle of the ocean with, you know, turbulent waters, getting attacked by sharks and all that.
I see another video coming.
That's a good analogy.
Here we go. And then all of a sudden we join the IBA, and it's like this big sort of cruise liner just comes like floating past us, chucks us a rope.
Yeah.
We get on board, and it's all other people who had different dinghies and whatever going, oh, you're one of us, here you go. And then now we're on that journey, and it's
That's nice.
brilliant.
The IBA, isn't it? So, for those who don't know and who are electricians or have got a national background, not quite sure, I'd never heard of an independent buying group until I'd left Edmondson's because we didn't care. Yeah, I was a sales rep.
Edmondson's, I don't care.
Exactly. No, it's 100%.
When you're at
When did it make a difference?
Is it just is that your that's it? It's Edmonton's only. It wouldn't be.
I got to be honest. Our biggest competitor at Ed's Cardiff was Ed's Merthyr.
Oh right. So it's,
and then I had Ed's Barry quoting the same. They've changed it since then, right? As I keep getting reminded, I'm a lot older than I used to be. So we're talking 13, 14 years ago, right? And it was very different then. But our biggest competitors was other Edmondsons. Rexel couldn't get their act together. They really caused any ag. CF were tiny at the time and always overpriced. And the independents couldn't compete because they couldn't access the bigger brands. And even if they could, they couldn't get anywhere near the price. So they'd have a pseudo brand to try and compete with it. Okay, cool. And we'd go after bigger contractors because we could bankroll it essentially. The only time that was different is when I come against Pete Williams. So I met Pete because he was a competitor. And there's a big independent contractor in Cardiff, and we both did a lot of business with him. It was over £1 million a year, and Pete was getting roughly the same. So when I left Ed's, that's how I met him, and he introduced me to someone else, and that's how that whole other thing grew. But it was just like, he was the one then, when I set the other company up, was like, do you know about buying groups? Fuck is a buying group? Absolutely nothing. Well, we're part, and they were part of AWeb. He's like, we're part of AWeb. It's got this many branches, and then he started rattling off all these different buying groups, and he put them in a bit of a league table. So I had ANU, you had Fijims, you had AWeb, MIDA, IBA, AIEW. Not in that particular order. No one get offended, right? Okay. They probably were the order he put. But like that's changed massively over the last sort of 10, 15 years. That leaderboard table as it was then, if you want to call it that. And what it is obviously is a group of independents, like you say, in their dinghies that group together as a single consortium to buy better from people like us. And then those manufacturers will negotiate deals as a group, and you'll get on their preferred suppliers list, and therefore you'll get better terms from us, but we'll get more collective turnover because we've got more eyes on us essentially, and there's a deal that we've made for the entire group. You can now benefit from it, and we'll benefit from volume. That's how that was always structured. So as an independent, before joining a buying, and I'm not just because we're a preferred supplier to the IBA, right? Which, by the way, you guys had a big hand in after we set this up, so thank you for that. I'm not supposed to know the email you sent, but thank you for sending it. But no, and but that speaks. We'll get onto that in a second, actually. But you were a little dinghy in the middle of the ocean getting attacked by sharks. Right? That's a picture that's going to sit in my brain until you guys leave now. The IBA is different. We've, in a previous life, been preferred suppliers to other buying groups, who I can assure you are still a massive group of dinghies floating in whichever fucking direction the wind takes. Because a buying group makes no difference. Right? The IBA is different, isn't it? It is a more community, family
orientated, isn't it?
I'd say so, yeah.
just a good group of people.
Yeah.
Like straight away we've gone in there, and there's just been straight away, yep, you're one of us, and it's just been a laugh ever since. And
you're on the committee now, aren't you?
Yeah. So after like I say, I've only ever known our, four walls of our shop and nothing else. Never worked at another wholesalers, and so we'd sort of only, looking at everything sort of in a 2D perspective, And then the minute we joined the group, and then, like I say, it was probably that first trade show where it was just like, we left thinking, oh my God, there is way more to this industry than what we've been led on. And then I went to the golf do, and once again, I think that's where I met you guys there. You come on to that.
I wasn't there for the golf that year. Was I there for the golf?
The dinner, I think.
I was definitely there for the dinner, probably in body more than...
But no, it's like I say, on that particular time, once again, met a load of new faces, and everyone seemed really friendly and nice, and it was funny enough. It was Dave who just said to us, like, you get a lot out of the committee. The more you do, the more you get out. So, sort of, considered it, but then we went to the didn't go to the September one that year, did we?
No, we didn't go to the September.
No, couldn't make that. So, the following March, and previously I said to Paul, I'd like to put my name forward So we had to sort of, go around and sort of grease everybody and say, oh, yeah, do you think I'd be on the... It was more with pints, I think I should be on the committee.
Hey, the price of a pint now is cheaper to give them money.
But no, once again, got on the committee there, and that's been another massive eye-opener, just because, like I say, it's...
When you're around a table having those conversations, it's different.
And you're meeting the actual... people who are behind.
Well,
You've either got a catalogue, or you can go and see, where the stuff's, stored, or how they do things, and it's really interesting meeting nice people. And like I say, now it just seems like before our 2D perspective is now probably 3D. We can sort of. That's hence why I suppose we've decided. Well, now we've had our part, and we'll make some funny videos showing, say, our side of the story.
Nice.
I was going to say, in terms of what you're doing now, obviously these funny videos, do you think then the standard traditional social media marketing is dying out? So do you,
what you mean? Hi.
Yeah, exactly that.
It's been dead a while. That's like dinosaur dead.
I think what we're going through now is like back in the late 90s. If you ever watched like wrestling, they had the Attitude Era, didn't they? And that was
which
like
would have probably been our entire.
And that was what happened.
What do you think? We're lime green and black. It was DX.
Secret term.
Wouldn't say their slogan, but
I do. Again, sometimes I do.
So when you've got a wholesaler, you just say, I've got 2 words for you.
Yeah, that's 100%. It's like the lash.
But so we went through watching, say, wrestling, where it was really like, now entering the ring, and then it was all of a sudden just, rock stars. It was turned out, it was wild. Wasn't it? I think that's what social media is going through now. Like, I think it's been very much a case of you had some people get ahead and make their careers, and all of a sudden the focus now, everything's social media. And then like now you've had sort of a lot of brands who have maybe been, this is a product, it does this, it does that. People just, they're not going to watch that anymore. They want their quick fix. And like I say, if you can give them, the attitude, then they're going to probably stick around and watch. And we've just said, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. So that's why we've just sort of turned it up, and so far a bit of a risk at the beginning because you don't know how people are going to take it. But we've tried it. Everyone says.
Does it cost you any ag?
No, not that we're aware of anyway.
No one told you yet.
We don't know who we're upsetting off. There's probably like a big wake behind us.
Big flood of cease and desist letters.
Literally pitchforks outside our shop.
But no, we're like I say, everything we're doing at the shop is just more for fun and comedy, and like everyone who comes to the shop, we always have a laugh and a good time with our customer. But yeah, it's just been a blast, just having so much fun. We got loads of ideas we want to keep going with. So,
and how's that impacted? Because this is where people get it twisted, in my opinion, right? So people will post lots on social media, or people will spend money creating content, or pay someone else, which is a lot of brands do. But that is that you guys. We just had to go into your catalogue. You have a printed catalogue that you guys all get, with all the brands.
Yep.
£675 plus VAT for me to have one page in there.
Right.
Wow.
Now, if I boost a single post on my Instagram and put 800 quid's worth of boost on it, do you know how many people are going to see that? Far more than ever going to pick up that IBA catalogue. I say it to the guys at Professional Electrician all the time. They want to charge us $1,500 to $2,000 to go into the Professional Electrician. Do you know people have forgotten how to read?
Yeah. It's dare we say
print versus digital now, isn't it?
And would you as an independent business who've got who are social media savvy, got the ability to make your own content, would you pay someone else now to do a different type of marketing, or would you say realistically, what does it cost you? Time?
Yeah, and the reason why we're probably now going hell for leather at the social media is for the first time ever. I'll be honest, I've always tried to have little side hustle businesses and stuff on the side. I've always been chasing the pound, and just for the first time ever, I've sort of got out the end of doing everything else and working crazy hours, burnout, and just said, you know what, I'm not going to worry about the money. I'm just going to worry about making something that we want to make and see where it goes. So that's where we're going with that.
And has it had a positive impact in your turnover?
I'd say so.
Well, you could technically say we have made money from a video because we've had some customers come from like outside the area specifically to the shop and go, oh, you're the lads we've seen on TikTok, oh, hilarious, and then come and bought a load of stuff and left, and they wouldn't have made that journey.
They wouldn't have known you existed, I suppose, would they?
You know, we're sort of like, wow, you know. So, and then also, good thing is my dad, because of course we've been making videos, and he'll walk out and just look and go, bloody hell, you boys doing and, we're like, oh, trust us, it's going to work. And we're like wearing wigs and stuff.
Just imagine his face walking out like,
you just be going, yeah. But I think as well, we're lucky that he's got to the point where he's like, do you know what? I don't care.
Wear your wig.
There was no chance probably, but
that's it. Next time Jay's in Essex, I want a video with him in a wig.
Yes. Well, you've got a video of me, you guys, haven't you?
What, in a wig?
Yeah.
No, not in a wig.
No.
So that was once again the whole trying to create content, how we're going to use it, blah blah blah, and we're still, that was our early development of what we were trying to do. And what we've done is set up a podcast style system in our shop, and there's no like pack you can just buy off the shelf. So it has been a lot of, on the side buying and selling stuff, and then with that money up buy this camera, then try that's no good. And at one point you would have walked in the shop, we had like cinematic cameras and oh my good god, we've been
someone
down every rabbit
and they're just like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing to me? Like, what
because didn't you used to film people on the counter?
Well, this was, so what we did was we'd started setting it all up, and what the idea was going to be is let's get a thing where once we get someone's permission and they're going to say, look, we're going to, because they're not recording all the time because you've got memory, you've got all this, like a CCTV system goes on a so, but when you're doing this sort of, you must know the memory is massive. So so you're never going to be able to do all that. But our original idea a long time ago, a bit wild as it might be, is to sort of almost make like a TV show, if you will, in the shop. So there was like some certain
goggle box of wholesaling,
some certain cameras in certain places, and you'll be able to capture some certain bits throughout the day and the laughs and all this. But of course, there's a lot of time doing that.
The editing time for even to to do a hour and a half podcast will take me 2 days of editing.
Yeah, well,
that's
where we've sort of. Once again, it's all that. But where we've been experimenting with different styles, different bits of equipment, is it compatible with this? And we've sort of got there now. So we've managed to get like a camera set up. The audio's now, it's there. We've tweaked that, and also it's edited as we go.
Nice.
So like when you were in there, most of that was done on a.
Oh, was it actually?
Yeah, camera 1, camera 2, camera 5, and then at the end of it, it's. Okay, sweet. But we want to try and make it more of a thing where we'll have some electricians who are up for it. And we spoke to a few and they're like, yeah, we're up for this. You come in, we'll serve you, some items or whatever. And you can go out and do your job, and then, we'll capture the whole thing maybe.
So process. Yeah, nice.
But in order to do that, we could start doing that now, but then by the time when we start putting it out there's not going to be much there. So we wanted to sort of create a bit of a
like a catalogue.
Go quick, So we've sort of had our starters, the TikTok videos, if you will, and the Instagram videos. And once that's ready, then we can go on to the next thing where people might be up for watching something a bit longer. And then
I tell you what, and I've noticed. And I read up on it, like I'm in this, right? I read up on it all the time and things like that, and watch loads of stuff on it. Is because people are so used to consuming their short form content in that way, they also now consume their long form content in that way. So if they see a video and it captures them, whether it be an educational video or something like that, they'll watch it in the same space they watch their short stuff.
Right.
So a lot of podcasts, for example, now will put like a 10-15 minute clip of their podcast on as a reel.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it will capture it. And it's like, I'm obviously talking about earlier, I'm really into my basketball. There's a podcast called Gills Arena. And the amount of times I've sat there and watched a 10-minute clip on Facebook, but But then I'll go, okay, it's another media wall. It's another.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's in the same space. So I tried it. Right, with this latest video I did about RCD selection, I put it on YouTube. And I hadn't put anything on. YouTube's a bastard, right? Because it's a whole different animal, and you have to be in it all the time, and the algorithms shift all the time, and it's just hard. Once you get a bit of momentum, it then becomes a stress level to kind of keep it up. Otherwise, you lose it. Social media is completely different. I say social media, as in TikTok and Instagram. TikTok especially, but Instagram is now catching up. Is it will push the best content. It doesn't give a shit if you've got one follower, if you haven't posted ever before, or if you posted 1,000 times, not got any views, and this was your one. If that gets good traction within this sphere, it'll push it out to more people like that, who'll push it out to more people like them, and it grows exponentially because it wants to keep you on the platform because every 2 or 3 swipes is selling you an ad. So it relies on you, me, and everyone else creating content to keep people in there. So I tried it. I thought, bollocks. No one is staying to watch an 8-minute video about me talking about RCD selection. All right, so I thought, I'll give it a go. I put it on there. Normal videos on those sort of techie, boring videos on YouTube have gone. They used to do like 10, 12,000. They've gone down to now sort of 500, 800. The first 3 hours just on Instagram have done 1,500. And you look at it and you can tell you how many people have watched it, and most people watched it more than 70% through. I never got those stats on YouTube.
Wow.
And TikTok was pretty similar.
Yeah.
I was like, and that's in a couple of hours. You think, I know we're not talking millions of figures, but that's someone has to physically, one, want to know that information, which already shrinks your audience down to about that.
Yeah.
But two, then actually be captured enough to sit there and watch it for that length of time before going, okay, I've got everything now, I'm going to swipe. That people are consuming that sort of content. So you've already got a platform, people know you, that recognition of face and that trust and that, I know these guys, it will carry through.
And I think that's what it's about, isn't it? Like if you can make a connection, like, I've seen this person before, I've seen that product or this or that, there is a connection there.
Are you going to try and link
around.
your website to it?
We have done. Well, the other thing we were trying to do was, with our studio setup there, was to have a video for every product. You know,
You've got a lot of products, man.
Exactly. It was all before, like, we'll do this, we'll do it, and then you go to do it, and you're like, wow, this
It's going to take a long time.
But we just tried to set it up in such a way where you could do it in between customers and stuff like that. But it's just the time it's going to take to do it, you know. But then off the back of, so we've been put a hell of a lot of work into a website because obviously with the more competition moved into the area. Steve will tell you. So when me and Steve first started there was us and another wholesaler. It's another independent, and they're a lot bigger than we are. So we would really survive off their crumbs, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We would. Yeah.
Sorry, I had a cough. I wasn't laughing.
No.
About your struggles. Sorry.
Little violin. But no, like we would, and then if they didn't have a product, they'd send it to us, and vice versa. If we don't have a product, we'd send it to them. It's been a good little relationship. And then, of course, and then the pie was sort of, divided up in a certain way, and it was great. Then, of course, Screwfix comes along. And that, although the pies did change a bit, we lost more your DIY, your Saturday morning, that sort of person.
Did it have an impact on your margins as well, though, I'd have thought? Because they do some silly deals sometimes, Screwfix, don't they?
Did and it didn't. Some certain things, but then we then realised, people keep using us because they're used to using us, And then when they were building a new retail park, and then it was announced there's going to be a tool station and a CEF on there, we thought, oh God, this is really bad news. So we sort of thought, well, how can we defend ourselves against this?
Hello, I'm Zach. If you're an electrical professional looking for a solid, reliable test and measurement solutions, you'll be able to find them with Chauvenot UK. For nearly 4 decades, we've been innovating with one goal in mind, making your job easier. You probably know us for our power and energy loggers, our legendary F-clamps, or maybe that flexi clamp that blew up on social media. Now, you get it all in one place. Visit cauk.net to explore all our product ranges, watch how-to video guides, and all that good stuff. If you've got any questions, we're here to help.
So when the CEF and the tool station moved into our town, we honestly thought that, our cards might be marked. So we prepared our website and everything else just because everyone we've asked, and including customers, when we're saying, they're saying, there's a CEF, there's a tool station open up, like, you're going to be all right. And we said, well, we don't know. So we prepared, you know, and we went, right, we're going to go on this online route because that's what everyone says, the future's online.
Well, some wholesalers are exclusively online, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of work to it because, you know, spent a lot of time developing the website. We put some of our own ideas in there, and we went the extra mile to make sure, you know, all the photos were done ourselves, all the descriptions were done ourselves, and that sort of stuff. And yeah, the issue there is you put all your focus there, you then lose focus on what probably really matters, and what got you there is your trade counter. But because we've had all, you know, where am I with this?
Because your trade counter.
Yeah, so
It's that personal relationship.
Are we able to start that take again? Just because I've done so many takes now of going.
Just forget about the CEF. Maybe just sort
yeah,
of
we'll
like,
just say. So we said tumbleweed, didn't we?
Yeah,
Because as we're talking now, I'm thinking, have we spoke about the website before? Have we not spoke about the website? You know?
I really wouldn't panic.
No.
So I can cut.
So-
it's cool.
I can cut this back in at any point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's not as professional as your video, so
Not professional.
yeah, do I need my wig? Yeah, but no. So because we'd focused so much on doing the website, we sort of might have lost focus a little bit on the day to day and the trade counter, and we were quite relieved that when we, you know, our customers continued to support us, and it wasn't as bad as we might have thought. So really, after a year of, you know, really going quite heavily into the internet, whilst it's good because you do get orders and you know, a lot of picking and packing and stuff, it's important to keep your eye on the prize, which is
there's an old saying that keep the main thing, because they say that doesn't mean you don't evolve. Because the whole world's evolving, right?
Yeah.
And you've done that in your own way with the way you decided to make yourself visible. And you're now visible on a global scale in a strange way. But you are, aren't you? That's what the internet is. It shrinks the world. So, but at the same point, those guys that are going to keep the lights on for you are the guys that know that they can rely on you when they need something because they're going to site. Those boys never let me down. They're always really helpful, but that's worth a lot of money. That's what you know. And people, it's a people-driven industry. People buy from people. People trust people. Also, that once that trust gets broken, which tends to happen I find it happens rarely with independents because, like we were talking about before, it means something to us. Like it means, you know, it's ours. It's
our life. We live and breathe it,
exactly that.
you know.
You say Navitas, like you may as well be saying Will. And the J feels the same. That's why he does the crazy miles. That's why you guys do the crazy hours. That's why, you know, and you can see how much you guys enjoy it from the videos. Do you know what I mean? And that shines through.
Well, we're wholesalers through and through, really, you know. And
So you're not going to go into digital marketing, content creating, influencer.
well, if it's in the wholesaling world, maybe. But that's like
Private jet soon.
we're having boxing matches, won't we?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You're going to have Misfits boxing now. You against the main guy from Cities.
Well, it's like
Imagine that.
That'd be good.
Misfits boxing
start
brought to you by
working
the IBA.
If you want to come down, come down.
But it's like it's the age-old saying though. Like,
Brilliant.
When we speak to an old-school wholesaler, they always say the same thing, and it's you never miss your customer until you see them walking out of somewhere else or out of another wholesaler. And yeah, there's a few who maybe have gone, and it's a shame. But hopefully, you know, we'll still be there, and if they want to come back and use us again, that's great.
Yeah, we'd always welcome anyone back, wouldn't we?
Exactly.
So, my question, what advice would you give the independents specifically if they were looking to do something similar to you in terms of the social media?
Well, first of all, would be definitely, if you're not in a buying group, definitely get into a buying group. 'Cause it's totally transformed our business.
Because people are put off by the fact there's a membership cost, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's another cost to my business.
Yeah.
What am I really going to get out of
it's
it?
like, because that, you know, once
It's
again,
minimal, really.
there's certain barriers you think before joining, like, oh, there's the cost, there's the time commitment, it's the unknown, it's this, that. Honestly, the only regret we have is is not joining sooner. And yeah, if there is any independents out there, and you're in a buying group or you're looking to join a buying group, the IBA is brilliant.
Yeah.
And also you'll get to you get to be in videos with us if you want to be.
No, I got from our perspective. I think, I mean, especially you've just been up and done one of the IBA shows. Like they approved us as an independent business before we'd even started trading. And again, you guys had a lot to do with that. You know, and again, thank you. But it was like, because we knew the committee personally, they knew us as human beings, not as a consumer unit guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, we see these guys as part of our fabric. We want them to carry on being a member, and we didn't have anything to sell you at the time.
No, but
Do you know what I mean?
you're like an independent supplier, aren't you? You know, and we're an independent wholesaler, so therefore
It does. I mean, and
match,
we structure it to support the independent wholesalers. Our commercials and everything. They're not. You know, a national can whatever. It doesn't. They'll take them, but it doesn't impact them as well as it does an independent. But that's done by design. You know, we're an independent company for independent companies, for independent contractors. That's how it works. But like I say, you've just come back from the trade show. You guys were there. Like, it's a different vibe, isn't it?
Exactly that. It was all positive. Again, we spoke about it briefly. It's quite family orientated as well. Fun fact, actually, I got there late.
Shock.
So it was the.
It did come on
You did go from like Penzance.
Yeah. So it was a Thursday night. So I think the gala was set for 7:30, but I got into a hall just after 8, if I remember, and I was thinking, oh gosh, because I couldn't remember if it was like a sit down, and I'm thinking, I'm going to have to kind of scoot in, this, that, and the other. But it wasn't, lo and behold. No. But the craziest thing was, because I'd done it for quite a few years now, I came in and I was like, I know that guy, I know that guy, I know that guy, I know her, I know him. And straight away, it was just this, hey, Jay, how's it going? This, that, and the other, how's business? Yeah. We've got free drinks. Have one on us. So I'm thinking, yes, all right,
Thanks for the free drink. You shouldn't have.
So, it just reinforces what you guys were saying, like in terms of the approach. Everyone's friendly. Everyone knows each other. There's no... Well, there might be competition on a day-to-day, but when we get together, it's just a community. Everyone's looking out for each other, which is the main thing. So,
we definitely wouldn't be doing what we're doing now if we hadn't have sort of peeked behind the curtain of what the industry's all about, you know. It's just opened our eyes up massively.
Yeah. So just a quick one. Social media channel, independent wants to set one up. What advice would you give them?
Just do what, like for us, we've sort of almost made what we find fun making. You know, like we generally have a laugh every video we make, and we've had customers like walk in the shop and we've got tripods set up and we're wearing wigs and you know, and then we've got to go serve them as if nothing's happened, you know.
Wigs off the side, so
Steve, you're still wearing, all right, yep, sorry madam, there you go. And then it's like we're back into it. But that's also part of the added danger, isn't it, where we're maybe doing a
constantly looking
shot
at
and
the
then
CCTV, like it's the walk-ins you got to watch, innit? It's like they don't pull up in a car, so they'll just walk round the corner and just straight in the shop, and you're like, I didn't see him. They just come in.
The camera over. But no, if there was any advice to an independent who wants to do content, I would say do it. Do exactly what in your own way, you know, like exactly what you want to do. Don't try and think like, well, what's this person going to think? Just do whatever you're going to laugh at, and there'll be other people. Because that's what we've done. We're taking the mickey out of ourselves more than anything.
One thing we'll say is, though, don't do the same as what everybody else is doing.
No.
Because I'm a fisherman. I haven't been fishing now for a little while because of the kids and stuff. But my tactic, turning up at a lake, was always do the opposite to what everybody else is.
Right. Okay.
Because you have to. Otherwise, you're just going to be like everybody else and not catch a fish. Or do you know what I'm saying? Do the opposite.
You just get lost in the noise, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's the same. You know, it's the same with products. It's the same with approach. Same with marketing. Same with like, I couldn't do what you guys do. He's not funny. He's not funny to begin with. So like,
it's having time though, isn't it?
But it's not. It's just not. We're not you two. Like, we couldn't recreate that sort of content in the same way. So if we tried to do a PowerShack like channel, it would flop. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like, we are when we did this podcast, we could have copied them or but we can't because I'm not them. So it's like, we're going to do it our way. If no one watches it, as long as we have fun doing it, then you say
that's all that counts. If you can go to work and enjoy what you do and have fun at the same time,
It's a blessing,
It's a
yeah.
blessing.
And that's one thing I've got from the table today is everyone around here, you most of the time, again, Penzance to Scunthorpe, that's no joke, right? But like,
That's a trend.
but loves what they do.
Yeah.
And you can see it in your videos. We don't do enough videos for you to see it, but I think when people meet us, like we got the trade show at Ali Pali this week, right? And people love coming onto the stand. Like they've actually given us a space for the podcast because they're like, oh, when we speak to you guys, you just love what you do. Like, yeah, no, we do.
Yeah.
Don't know why. It's circuit protection. It's Dollar's dishwater, isn't it, really? But we do.
Yeah, like I mean, when you're showing us around it, you can see there's a genuine, like a passion for the day to day, and that's the same with us. I mean, you probably walk into our shop and go, "Oh my good God," you know, wipe your feet on the way out.
Yeah. How old's the building though? Seriously.
Oh God, so our shop. Is an old cattle shed.
That was actually.
Yeah,
man.
It's from.
Is there stuff hanging?
No, they're the bars that support the roof.
Right,
essentially.
okay.
Yeah,
There we
I hope
go.
they're not.
the products we're displaying, and you've got got your head on the way in. Like, but then we've got which like the PowerShack is. We've got like a warehouse space down the road, which is an old brick barn from the 1800s.
Yeah.
So that's like, that's like sort of twice, and that's more for just like got some old obsolete electrical stuff, that we sort of store there so we can keep the new stuff because we just haven't got the space. But one day, hopefully, we can move into a bigger space. But for now, we just try and make it work. So I think, and also I think it helps in videos because people are probably looking and going, what is that in the back? What's that doing there? What's this? 'Cause it's just
It's kind of where the name come from, wasn't it?
the
Shack.
PowerShack. So
Yeah.
what it was we've got Blackwater electrical supplies, which is quite a mouthful. You've also got abbreviated version BS. Well, there's loads of versions of BS. So to try and say you're going to need a new name.
Yeah, because in our system, when you put in BES,
There's
If
you have to go by postcode and then ask them.
and also like our town, so Malden, it's on the River Blackwater, so there's every firm's called Blackwater this, Blackwater that. So anyway, so we decided we're going to need a new name. We're operating what might as well be a shack. We sell goods that require power. The domain name's available. No one's doing it online. Yeah, PowerShack. So that's where that sort of came from. But yeah, I'd say we're quite. Even though we are what we are, we're not going to hide and go, we've got this fancy this, we've got that fancy that. We are what we are, and we just enjoy doing what we're doing. And I think as well, that might be probably one of our strengths, because if we were to go to battle with another firm head to head, we haven't got the same money, we haven't got the same clout, we haven't got this and that. But what we can do is we can, make our content in the way that we want to make it, and that's our strength. So we'll continue doing
corporate tape, like, oh no, you can't do that because you might upset such and such.
Yeah.
So we just
like Marmite, aren't we?
Right, I think that's a really, really nice place to sign off.
100%.
No, guys, thank you ever so much for making the trip.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's not a short trip, especially when you've only just seen this. Bless him. So,
always a pleasure.
Yeah.
See, they can even lie on camera. Those acting skills there. Pleasure to see you. No, guys, honestly, really appreciate it. And like I say, we'll probably see. Unless you're at the Ali Pali, I will probably see you in September if we get invited to the IBA show. Also, if we're up for an award, like, I don't know, Best New Supplier of the Year or something like that. Plug that now, guys. That would be great. If not, I'll probably see you next March. But guys, thanks for everyone watching. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe. Head over to TikTok and Instagram, PowerShack. Follow their stuff. It's absolutely epic. And remember to support your local independent wherever you can. And until next time, guys, the joy's in the journey.
Thank you.